YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in Total War Attila, where we're going to be continuing the campaign. We were supposed to try and hold off this force here. Those Kurdish archers are actually tougher to kill than I remember. I just don't feel like fighting this. I don't want to fight like a stupid, tedious defense battle. I could probably win it, but whatever. I'll just bring an army over to get rid of these guys because I have a lot of money, and I don't feel like messing with that. Just do not feel like messing with it. I need to get a timer going so I can keep track of this episode properly. So I've got that running. So Armenia's going to just raid and leave, kind of like they did at Amida. The Africans want a peace treaty, but I'm not paying them money for it. They can dream on. I'll get the peace treaty whether they like it or not. We have definitely got the Sassanids and their puppet states hurting, but we need to give them the finishing blows. Like, get these guys off the map. I look forward to it a great deal. I am recording this on my laptop, so if it looks a little different or the quality's a little different, mic sounds different, that's why. And it was either this or you get no videos, because I am on the road all week, so hopefully you appreciate this over no videos whatsoever. And, you know, I do believe that you actually will be okay with that. There is some African ships there, fleets that are out and about, or it's a transport fleet. We'll keep an eye on them, though I'm not terribly concerned about them at the moment. We got a bazaar, this sanitation building, which gives us extra food. We're still -4 food in this province, probably because we need fields here. The stables would probably be better off as a camel farm, so we will convert that. The military wharf is not eating food, but it is causing extra squalor that I just don't need at the moment, and I'm probably not going to use that a ton. And then I don't really need a ton of wealth from the Weaver, and I'd rather not have the public order penalties, so I'm going to knock it down a notch there. Whereas here, let's see, we don't need this blacksmith chain building. And then I was going to go the food trader, and we need the courthouse here. And we need to convert this over to the public baths. It will eat a little bit of food, but we should have the extra food we need to carry this. So that'll eventually get this province in shape, though I'm hesitant to leave it on this turn because there will probably be a rebellion. So let's see, this champion has a unassigned skill. Make him better at sabotaging armies. Sabotaging walls might be handy, though I do have an onager. We'll keep on it just in case.
Ready for orders.
Tarsus is still pretty upset, so probably not ready to just let it go yet. Got a food trader and a polo pitch there. Trying to think, we could take advantage of the olive resources here, so let's do that. The question is, do we need this carpenter? Unlocks the recruitment of onagers. Could be helpful, but I'm not completely sold on it at this point. I'm just going to tear it down. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be absolutely critical to me at the moment. Let's leave these armies in this province for one turn. We'll just kind of scout ahead, see what our enemies might have in store for us. I don't see anything big. They may take that transport fleet and hit Tyrus, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. This army needs to be built up some. All I can train here are crappy spearmen, but even an army with some crappy spearmen would be acceptable at the moment. So let's just get as many crappy spearmen as I can get on this turn. And Nisibis was raided on the last one, and then Amida was raided previous to that. So that Armenian army is up here. Ctesiphon, though, is just suffering lots of poor public order. And if we can get this plaza built, it ought to help stabilize that a bit. And we should be able to... We're going to end up with Squalor. Squalor, I am concerned about Squalor here, it just depends. Not super concerned about it at the moment. There we go. That should be fine. Because we got the sanitation building over there that's helping. So let's see if we can stabilize the public order in Asoristan here, so that we can move that army north once it grabs a few troops. This army, though, is in a good position to destroy quite a few Armenians here.
Kill them
We're
all!
sieging them, and they've got a while before they surrender. I mean, 13 turns, but they're taking attrition, and I don't know if they're planning on trying to bring reinforcements or what.
Besieging
I just know at this point that I
settlements!
can easily auto-resolve these guys out of the way. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to occupy.
My lord!
So we are now in control of Raga and Ekbatana. But this province is certainly going to rebel. This militia encampment could come in handy, so I'm going to keep it. We don't need the local industry. And I don't need that building either, so I'm going to tear it down. We've got this food trader, and we are 3 turns to the polo pitch. And the sanitation building, the hammam, it's being converted as we speak, so that should be helpful. I don't know that there's a whole lot else that I can do this turn. I do have this army down here in Libya that's not doing a whole lot of anything right now. I wonder if we could take it and come settle out here, and then potentially invade Rhodes as well. It's a bit of a risk to get these guys out to sea unescorted. There's a bit of an attrition zone here too. Looks like there's no way around the attrition here. Actually, there might be right there. Yeah, that's the way we get around the attrition. Or never mind, we're just going to eat a big fat load of attrition. I'm just going to sail back. We'll use my fleet to get it done. I don't want to kill that army out to the sea. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn. We do have a couple unassigned skills that we should take care of. Reinforcement range, huh? Can't be a bad thing. Missile damage. Let's see. Fatigue rates. We've already got replenishment rates, which is nice. Integrity and then corruption, but it's not a governor, so not a huge concern for me. Zeal. Extra zeal gonna really help me that much? Extra cavalry recruitment. I mean, I don't really know that any of this is just really floating my boat here. We'll just do whatever we can do. Alright, and let's see here. Integrity +2 in own or allied territory. I mean, I don't think that I really need integrity in my own territory. This one gives me extra replenishment. And I would like to have the extra replenishment. So let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, looking good for the moment. Let's get ready to end a turn. So let's go ahead and end it. Takes a lot longer to end turns once your empire starts to get larger and your enemies more numerous, because more stuff is happening on the end of every turn, of course. Looking forward to seeing what the Slavic DLC looks like. Like I said, I think I'm just as interested about what the patch is going to look like. I haven't heard anything about either other than what Creative Assembly has themselves announced. Some people asked if I was going to get it early. I don't know. If it comes out on the 25th and I don't have it in my hands already, then something tells me I may not be getting it early. But we will see. Maybe the release plans are different or changed or something. I'll get it whenever it comes out and try and review it. The problem is I'm still on the road when it comes out. Trying to remember the date today. Let's grab that. So it's today the 23rd. So yeah, it's going to come out while I'm still on the road. And I'm not sure if I'll have a chance to record where I'll be at when it comes out. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead while I'm at this hotel because I have the room to myself, though I may have a teammate that I have to share the room with at the next location, so I'm not sure whether or not I'll be able to record. So I'll cover the Slavic DLC just as soon as I can cover it. That's about all I can say. Looks like the Africa, or it's this country here that I can't really pronounce. They moved up all those guys. Africans are still asking for a peace treaty. I'm going to say no. They've counter-sieged me at Raga. I'm pretty sure I can defeat them even though I'd taken a lot of damage. And sure enough, they brought their transport ships up here. And it's giving them pretty good chances of defeating me, mostly because they have so much cavalry, and they probably... Actually, they really don't have a good chance of defeating me here. Well, my slinger ships aren't going to do much, but even when all their guys get off the ships, I mean, I've got an armored camel warrior here, which means that I should be able to defend this. As much as I hate these little tedious battles, I better get used to it if I'm going to be playing a West Rome campaign, because these are going to be frequent and often. The slinger ships aren't going to do much good when I bring them ashore because they run out of ammo so quickly, and there's so few men, so I don't know if I'm going to really try and bring those guys ashore, or just, I don't think they're going to do much good attacking someone out to sea either, because their melee is going to be awful. Yeah, I mean, it's just atrocious. But if you look, they've only got 5 ammunition. I just don't want them to die, because that's going to hurt me on the balance bar. So if anything, we'll just try and get them up to the town center alive. I can dock them right here. Actually, let's dock them on this side, because it's away from the enemy cavalry. And then let's get our spearmen ready to defend the town center. There are 2 entrances to the town center, it looks like. So at least that will be working in our favor. Looks like our admiral's out here at sea, so he's the one we don't want to get killed. These desert tribesmen can help me against sword units a little bit. These cavalry units, I'm going to deploy them on this side of the city. Yeah, let's deploy them over here. We just don't want them to get engaged with enemy cavalry early, and we should be fine. That's as far over as I can bring those guys. Okay, just go ahead and plug the gap with these spears. We want to make it to where the enemy has to uphill charge. Yep, and that should give us that.
We are at your command.
And then same thing here, we just want to create an uphill charge into a dense formation. Of course, this is the vanilla version of Attila, and it may not make all the difference. We will see. Neither one of those units has spear wall, which is going to be a problem. Let's get this cavalry over here. And let's go ahead and start fast forwarding until the enemies arrive. My ships are going to dock. Get these slingers up here. We'll conserve what little bit of ammo they have. Okay, there's an enemy horse archer, or a very light bow cav coming in. I'm glad they're firing at the desert spears and not the desert tribesmen, because the desert tribesmen would be a much more vulnerable target. Here, the mounted Persian warriors have decent melee stats. I can't say I'm real thrilled about the prospect of facing them, but if we can hurry and get my cavalry around behind the enemy cavalry as it gets blobbed up, we can use our javelins. Let's actually take the armored camel warriors over here. Let's take the lighter cavalry out and around. Try and get some javelins into the back of the enemy cavalry. This spear unit's going to have its work cut out for him. I'm going to try and hold up as long as I can there. These slingers cannot get to the town center. Let's go ahead and try and shoot the Persian mounted warriors. It's about our only viable option here. Bring the armored camel warriors back. My light cavalry is quickly making its way around the end of the city. We are killing these Persian mounted warriors rather quickly, which is very good news for us. Between the spears and the being shot in the back by... Yeah, but these spearmen are losing the fight pretty convincingly to all that big blob of Sassanid cavalry. And then this is a problem here because the horse archers are kind of protecting the rear of this blob. Okay, we've routed the Persian camel warriors there. This means we can bring the armored camel warriors around these guys. I'm going to just let them throw javelins, so let's go fire at will. Please target the back of this blob. I'm going to move in all the way in behind the blob. Okay, we've pushed the horse archers back a little bit. Let's get these slingers to safety. I don't want these guys to die. And I'm trying to unload javelins here right square into the back of that group, and we are succeeding. Pretty convincing there too. The horse archers are roaming around out here. They're not being particularly effective, but now they're going to start firing into my camel warriors. I'm just going to move the camel warriors to where the horse archer can't get them. And I see some tasty units over there to kill too. Just want to let my javelins do as much of the work here as possible. One of these units has rapid advance, the other one has scare. I'm going to drop a scare. And let's save those last couple of javelins and charge their general. We should be able to get rid of them. I want to take these heavy camel units and see if we can bash up some of their light swords. And here we should get the Savran Sardar off the battlefield. And the other Sassanid cavalry. We need to turn around and engage here very quickly before they start tossing javelins. Okay, let's move up the armored camel warriors. Okay, we've engaged the skirmishers here. This is very good. And we need this other unit to engage the skirmishers as well. The pathfinding is going to make this difficult. The skirmishers are struggling, and my camel warriors are in a good position to crush this Persian brigade. It is a bit of an uphill charge, but I mean the Persian brigade's very light. My armored camel warriors very heavy, very heavy. You can see them just absolutely crushinating the Persian brigade. And this cavalry ought to be able to continue to hunt down the Persian skirmishers. So yeah, we should be able to bring a convincing win out of this. Biggest concern is those horse archers back there. If we could chase the horse archers over towards a tower, that would be a good deal. Let's turn around. I'm going to let my camel warriors finish off the Persian skirmishers because they're better in melee, while my light cavalry attempts to chase down the next group of these. Okay, now they're going to run away. Let's just leave them be. See if we can bait one of their javelin volleys out here too. I have rapid advance actually on one of these cavalry units. It's this one. Let's go into fire at will and come chase the horse archer. And I'll use rapid advance if I feel like I'm going to get close enough. We need to reform here. Okay, I think we're going to be able to finish off the enemy relatively simple here. Those horse archers are just running away like crazy over here. My guys are going to be, well, they're fresh. I don't know if I can catch the horse archers, but we're chasing them into tower fire, which that by itself is going to be helpful. We can't charge these Persian brigade because they're too close to those javelin units, so I'm going to try and draw the Persian brigade back out. I'm going to go into rapid advance and see if we can catch the Persian mounted bowmen. I'm not sure if we can, but it'll help. And we might just be able to catch them. Yeah, these guys are fast. Look at that. Woo! 149 speed. Sure enough, we're going to catch the Persian mounted bowmen. We should destroy them. And we should be able to wreck that Persian brigade. Those guys are going to get absolutely crushed. Yeah, I can't run Attila on any impressive graphics levels, but I mean, it still looks pretty good on this laptop. I think I just turned it all to high settings. It can go a little higher, but I was just trying to save frame rates, so I just put it on the high settings. Let's get our armored camel warriors here. Yeah, we need to stay away from that javelin unit, which is pitching javelins at me right now. These guys are getting hit by flaming fire. Now we can charge both these units. Horse archers are gone. I am going to go ahead and give these units a little bit of destruction here. So it's going to be a successful siege defense here. Not much of a siege defense, but still successful. So these armored camel warriors and the garrison are going to play a key role in being able to defend my towns because they can throw a lot of weight around against weak units like that the AI brought, and are absolutely devastating against infantry. Anything but the heaviest braced spears is going to get absolutely wrecked by them. Alright, let's get back over into the campaign. So here we are back out on the campaign map. Going to just kill the captives so we can send those guys packing. think we're going to have a rebellion to deal with at the end of this. Maybe a couple other little situations too, we'll see. Yep, there's the rebellion. Media atropatene. Disease spreads. Consumption. And here at Isla, yeah, no big deal. We'll live. And we finished our research too, which means we can continue on with research. Not a whole lot of this that I'm massively interested in. -5 upkeep costs. Yeah, I mean, that would be handy. It's going to take me quite a while to get there. I mean, is there anything down here that I should be researching? Wasn't I trying to get to, like, the palace or something? Yeah, the Grand Palace down here. Let's do that, because I think it'd be cool to build a giant palace as homage to Patchy. Let's see. Looks like I have a building that I can build down here. I mean, and why not? Let's go ahead and put in a well since we're having public or sanitation issues there. What are we up against here? Kurdish archers, some Dalamite warriors. I wish that army hadn't been damaged. But with me being sieged, I mean, I'm not taking any attrition. Let's see how long I can hold out. I can, I've got 7 more turns of supplies. So we're quite alright in terms of supplies. Still going to have trouble leaving Ctesiphon behind for at least one more turn. I think we are going to need to fight this here and take these guys out. I mean, if we use our cavalry properly, we've got skirmishers, we've got spearmen and stuff like that. I mean, we should be able to defeat these guys. I mean, the auto-resolve is giving us good chances, but let's actually defeat them so that you get a little bit of combat in this episode. Let's see, I'm 21.5 minutes into this, so yeah, we got a little bit of time to defeat these guys real quick. Battles in Attila don't take too terribly long. The Dalamite warriors are going to be pretty decent, but I mean, just even charging them with the camel warriors will just wreck them. The Kurdish archers are decent in melee. You got to watch out for them if you have just light cavalry. Thinking I'm just going to go double line with my infantry. Get some skirmishers here. I can also use my general's cavalry unit. It's a pretty good effect here. Though the armored camel warriors will really be the deadly ones. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Start moving forward. Enemy is going to be looking to bring in the reinforcements. That's expected. Persian scouts and the Persian noble we'll have to watch out for. Not going to be crazy strong, but with my cavalry a bit damaged, we'll have to watch out. Looks like I have a bunch of crappy beat-up reinforcements that are trying to come in as well. I'll start moving them this way. Yeah, and the AI is going to go hill camp. When in doubt, that's what they do. So let's just keep fast-forwarding because I got to move my guys all a long ways forward. Go ahead and run though so we don't have to wait 10 years. Thank you very much. You can't be stinking AI. I'm thinking, let's get all these damaged cavalry units. I'm going to stick them like right up front here. Same thing with the damaged spear units. These are my reinforcements from a local town apparently. I've got a pretty bad downhill position here. I mean, we're going to be fighting uphill into the enemy. I think we'll be alright though. A little bit concerning with the amount of cavalry here. Not worried about the flanks. If the Dalamite warriors stick to the flanks, then my cavalry will tear them up pretty badly in a charge. What whole unit's been destroyed? Do they have an onager or something? Oh yeah, here we go. They're charging in with some of their Persian scouts. Their Persian scouts will probably get a lot of kills because of that downhill charge. Look at that, just like straight on into my whole army. I've got my slingers right behind though. Let's pull the slingers back a little bit further. They got some mercenary Persian mounted warriors heading in this way. Let's go ahead and fight them. try and go at the Dalamite warriors with my Baltha defenders. Just kind of use my crap units as meat shields up front. Think we should be alright. Our Baltha defenders will be pretty good. I'm shooting my own guys in the back badly right now, though, and I need to stop. So let's pull my units back out of that. We've mopped up that cavalry flank. Let's pull our cavalry back to where they're not going to eat javelins from the Dalamite warriors, and let's go get rid of some of these. Well, before we get rid of the skirmishers, let's do that. I'm going to go chase down some of these Persian bowmen. This rear charge ought to finish off the Dalamite warriors in that vicinity. A little bit of trouble here with how many infantry are up against us. Apparently one of their generals died. Let's see if we can rear charge those Dalamite warriors out of existence. Okay, so the rear charge there was successful. The enemy general engaged me here. I got a bit of a conundrum here. I need to kill these archers, but I think the Persian noble will defeat me. If I turn around, though, the steady stopped the charge of my general, and now he's just going to eat fire from those bowmen. So I don't have much of a choice but to turn around and chase the bowmen again with my general, so that's a bit of a crap situation for me. We got too many bowmen around. Fortunately, the armored camel units do okay. The enemy general pulled away from me there, which is actually fine because it's going to allow me to chase down the bowmen. Let's see, the enemy general is going to get caught on my infantry here. Let's see if we can start working my slingers over to a flank to try and be effective. Yeah, my cavalry crushed the Dalamite warriors there before they were able to defeat my men in melee combat. We need some more rear charges set up here. So let's get over and do it. Okay, my cavalry crushed their archers, so now we can bring in the necessary rear charges. And we've got a general rout going on the enemy troops, so we were successful there. A bit ugly, but successful. So pulled off the victory that we needed. That's going to be all the time I have for this episode. I do hope you all enjoyed it. I will be back on the next episode soon. HeirofCarthage signing out.